All right, interesting mail day here. This is a mail day I've been waiting on since January 7th. I bought this lot, 25 poster card lot, if you will, January 7th. Seller dropped it in the mail January 8th, and it's been lost in limbo, weather delays ever since. Tracking would not update. I don't know if it wasn't scanning correctly or not, but something held it up. But I've already been refunded for this through eBay. And I contacted the seller before I opened the package to tell him what was going on and that it arrived, which he probably saw through the tracking himself that it had. But yeah, I'm going to have to take care of him financially outside of eBay at this point, and I will do that. And I told him I would. He's got my word, so I'll be making sure to take care of that shortly. But I touched base with him, and we'll be doing that in the next couple of days. So. But this here is a stack of what you call M114 baseball magazine player posters. And they had a different size format at one point that I believe was, I don't recall what the dimensions were. These are around 9.5 by 12. And yeah, so I'm going to be sending about 15 of the 25 out to eBay, to PSA to have them graded. And if you look on eBay right now, that's where I got the eBay from. You'll see that there is a Mickey Mantle graded by PSA, a 2, I believe. They have it listed as a 1951 M114 Mickey Mantle rookie baseball magazine player poster. And it's graded a 2, but it's trimmed. These are full size. None of these are trimmed, which is why I was interested in the lot, because these will likely be, if not the first, very close to the first that PSA has ever graded that are full size. So they were grading these trimmed. So I don't know what they do about that mantle that's listed on there, but it's trimmed. So this is what they're supposed to look like. These are very thin. I almost dropped them when I got them out of the package. In fact, the first time several times I tried to film this, I dropped the camera, everything. Everything's are just going flying all over the place. They're thin. So, but various players and stars and PSA lists these as 1910 to 1957 M114 baseball magazine player posters. And they used to be a different size, but I don't recall. I don't recall. A little bit taller and less wide, or I don't remember. I'm not familiar with the M113s, but you got these from the magazine. I don't recall how. I believe it was an order form. Some of these are from Conlon, Charles Conlon, and it states it right here which ones are his. So, from what I understand, this size ran from 1914 to around 1954, I believe. But there are different variations and variants. Some players were after playing days, and I just don't know what's what. So I'm gonna send them in. But as you can see right here, this one's a Conlon, and this is Bucky Walters, and Baseball Magazine Company, New York, and original photograph by C.M. Conlon. So I don't know how they differentiate what's what, but this one's got some creases, got a tear, got a hunk of something stuck on there. But this is one of the 15 that I'm sending, I believe. So I want to give them kind of a range of different conditions, and some Hall of Famers and some not. And then here we have the Mel Ott. I don't think he was very accurate on his grading of the conditions, but the seller. But these are so rare, and the fact that they'll be the first graded, especially full size, will be able to get my money out of it. And there was one particular poster that I wanted out of them all the most. This is a Conlon as well. So this is Mel Ott. I think he's got another pose as well. So I don't know what era this is from, but like I said, seller claims that the original, it was all one original owner of all the cards, posters, and he had them for 80 years. Or that's when the collection began. So Morton Cooper. That's another Conlon. was pretty good shape. Wow. That one's real nice. This one I will likely send a picture of to SGC to see if they will hold them. So the 10 that I'm not sending to PSA, I'm going to send to SGC more than likely. I already talked to their request team. I just got to send them the information. Frank McCormick here. And, that's a Conlon as well. I'm having a hard time seeing what teams these are through the camera. C on the head. Is that Cincinnati then? Cleveland? It's got to be Cincinnati, I would think. Frank McCormick, Cincinnati, I believe. That one's in pretty darn nice shape too. Paul Derringer. Another Conlon. Conlons usually seem to have the black backgrounds, from what I gather. It's pretty interesting though. You have the shadow and the black background. It's wild. So Paul Derringer, I don't see. I am not familiar with him, so I do not know what team that is. Stan Hack, and that will be Chicago. And that's a Conlon as well. All right, Conlon action shot. Pretty cool. So I want to say Conlon did all the older ones, so I'd say this is looking good. Some of these I haven't seen yet. I'd say that bodes well in my favor for them being early releases. A lot of these guys changed teams, and then they had updated images and things like that. Here's Joe Medwick. Cool bat rack. So this one was taken by Bill Green. New York Giants. Very cool. Very, very cool picture. That's sweet. I like that. All right, I got to hurry up. My battery's dying on this phone. Bill Dickey. That's another Conlon. And some of these are, I don't know how on earth they kept them so nice. Some of these. Some of them are bent, but they're not quite creased too. I just got to kind of hurry up. I'm sorry. I want to look at these more, but I think my phone's going to die on me, and I've already tried to film this about 7 times. Tom Henrik, another Conlon there. There'd be a lot of New York players in these. Bill Johnson. Bill Green photo. Pretty cool. Looks like coach is pretty cold out there in the background. Batting cage shot. That's awesome. Joe Flash Gordon. That's cool. Another Bill Green. And in Conlon fashion, you could argue. Very cool. That looks cropped, actually. That's a bit odd. You look at it. You look at Flash Joe's hat. It looks cropped some. Actually, his legs do too. That's odd. It's almost made like it was made to. There's a crease through that one too. Almost like it was made to look like a Conlon. That's odd. Now here's a Conlon, and this is Dom DiMaggio. Boston, I'm assuming, or Brooklyn. I actually don't know what team Dom DiMaggio played for. I don't know all the old timers, but that one's in pretty good shape. I mean, for the age, they're all in pretty darn good shape. Ernest Bonham, New York Yankee. Bill Green photo. And this got a big old crease in it, the Phil Rizzuto. But so that one obviously got bent over on itself at some point, but Bill Green photo. Well, that's pretty cool. You can see the crowd and everything in the background just watching them. Maybe spring training. Looks like a palm tree possibly in the background there. Probably spring training. Bill Green spring training photos. But Phil Rizzuto, beloved player. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. Charles Ruffing. And that's a Conlon. And that does not appear, that doesn't look, well, you know, I gotta say, some of it does look cropped. It's weird that, it's odd. Maybe that's just the way the effect looks, but I don't know. But you can see there's a shadow on the bottom, so that's interesting, actually. Another Conlon, obviously. I think I already said that. But that's a pretty cool one. I don't recall. I know I'm sending all the Hall of Famers to PSA, and I don't remember what non-Hall of Famers I was sending in. I think I just don't remember right now. Lou Boudreau, and that is large from original photograph by Press Association New York. So I don't know what that means in terms of rarity and whatnot, but that's Lou Boudreau. That's I think that's Cleveland Indians. And some of these guys played for other teams and stuff, and I just don't remember. I'll remember their main team or just one certain team they played for, but most of the time I don't remember them all. Charlie Keller, New York Yankees. Awesome patch on the sleeve there. Oh, gotta be careful with these things. Can't quite read what it says there, but that is cool. Conlon. I am really curious what PSA is going to do about that mantle. Or are they just going to take all mine and send them back to me? Say we don't know these. We don't have the official checklist. I hope not. But Bill Cooper, he's went on to be a conspiracy theorist. I do not think this is the same. There's no way this could be the same Bill Cooper, best of my knowledge. But St. Louis Cardinals, so that's pretty cool. Cardinals card here. Bill Green photo. I knew I had some Cardinals in there. Well, I definitely know I have the one. That one's exceptionally white compared to the rest. Spurgeon Chandler and another Bill Green, and as you can see, looks like a palm tree in the background. So people just sitting there. I think that's another spring training Bill Green photo. Pretty cool. Spurgeon Chandler. I'm getting down to the end here. And this is the order he's got them in. So I guess most of the good guys are on the top. Better of the best guys. Babe Ruth. Well, Mel Ott was. Shoot, he was on the bottom. And he's awesome. Okay, so this is original photograph by Acme News Pictures. And I do not think this was released during his playing days. This was after. I'm almost 100% positive on the Babe Ruth portrait and the Lou Gehrig holding his bat, which you'll see here shortly, I reckon. So Ruth is it's in decent shape. Curious to see how these will grade. Here's the Ty Cobb, and that's a Conlon. And this one I think is cataloged in there. This variation, I think he's got several. But the Ty Cobb, awesome Conlon photo. I feel like I recognize this photo from something else, but this is obviously enlarged from the original Conlon. I don't imagine this one. Actually, you know what? This stock kind of feels a little different on the Cobb. A little thinner than this Greenberg here. Let's see the light. It's more transparent. Cobb is more transparent, so I don't know. That's a little bit off-putting. I don't know. Could have been different series or earlier series as well. I don't know. We'll leave it up to PSA. That's they're good for that, the authentication. But this Greenberg is definitely slightly thicker paper, and it's a Conlon as well. It doesn't appear to be as washed out as that Cobb either. The Cobb has less color. We'll see. But that's a Greenberg. Very, very cool. That is cool. Hank Greenberg. Awesome. And I think we're down to the last three. And I know who one of them is. And there it is. But this is the reason I wanted it most. So you got Stanley Frank Musial. Bill Green photo. As you can see, he's not wearing his normal number. That's a rookie photo, 100%. So I don't know if it was 12 or 13, 19 was it? But that is the first number he wore in the bigs. I do not see who that is in the background, but this image is awesome. I cannot wait to have this slabbed. So I've been wanting a Stan Musial rookie forever, since I was a kid. And this should predate that, but it depends. It just depends, because I know he's got other photos in this set. So I'd love to hear from anybody who has any kind of knowledge on the release dates of any of these. I reached out to Orlando, and he gave me some knowledge and via email, and that was very, very helpful. I thank you for that, Orlando. And then Scott Stukes Collectibles also has some of these. So if you guys know anything at all, then by all means, I'd love to hear any information. But I got to get these out. It's actually, I had the order put in for PSA before I had these in hand. So I have to redo the order, or I have to get them out really, really soon. So that's why I'm doing this so quick. I got to get them ready to ship out. But that's a Stanley Frank Musial. And some would argue that is a rookie. I don't know enough to say whether or not that's true. So this one got, the photo didn't get bent at all, but the sleeve did. I'm so glad these are individually sleeved, because I didn't buy sleeves. But you're about to see something crazy in a minute here too. Jimmy Foxx. That's pretty cool. Now this one is Boston, without a doubt. Conlon photo. So he has an earlier one in Philadelphia uniform. So without a doubt, this is not the first Jimmy Foxx. However, it might make it more rare. I don't know. So these have little details and little flaws here and there. We're not going to have any 10s. But what would you do with a 10 that was that old anyway? It would look weird. It would look like it was fake, wouldn't it? Anyway, Lou Gehrig is the final. So this is the older Lou Gehrig. This would be after playing days. I'm almost positive on this one. And that's a Conlon photo as well. That Jimmy Foxx was sweet. I'm looking at that one again over in my corner of my eye here. This is the only Lou Gehrig item that I have that's vintage and have ever had. So that's pretty cool. Lou Gehrig. I would definitely say, if somebody asked me who's the greatest player of all time, immediately to me, Ted Williams and Lou Gehrig come to mind. Now, yeah, so that's what these are for. Anyway, yeah, that's not a top loader. This is a top loader. Look at that thing, 11 by 14. I thought I was going to find one that was quite just a little bit better, a little more snug. But these being so thin and these being so heavy, they'll fit in there pretty snug, I think. I don't know if I should put any tape or anything up there, but we'll get them in these and get them out here soon. So these will be going into grading. If anybody is interested in any of these, the only one I'm interested in keeping that can even be argued as a rookie at all, I think, is the Musial. So if anybody's interested in any of these, I have to get them graded to get my money back. And well, that was, man, my hand looked weird right there. That was got alien hand. Got to get my money back, and I got to make money off of these. I sell cards now for income and to pay bills. That's technically my job right now, so got to grade them. But if anybody wants these or wants to claim them, put dibs on them, then by all means let me know, and I will have them set aside for you. Otherwise, they are all going to the PSA vault as soon as they're done grading. So anyway, that was just a cool, random, I can't even believe it's here kind of mail day, and wow, just really blows my mind. Let's get another shot of the very, very young Stanley Frank Musial. And the reason I wanted this, part of the reason I wanted this lot is because this was the best copy of the Musial that I could find on eBay at the moment. And there's several. There's one with a pinhole and a couple other that are pretty beat up. This one has a little fold right there, but it's overall, it's really, really nice. I don't know what to expect out of it, but getting slabbed as long as they're willing to do it. But they've done it in the past, and they're slabbing trimmed copies. But I don't think they knew it, so this will be interesting. Anyway, thanks for watching. Anybody has any information on these at all, I'm dying to hear from you. So please, by all means, leave a message or even email me. Shoot. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. God bless.